What's going down, y'all? One half of the Wake Up Crew here to talk some WNBA prop bets over on PrizePicks for this Tuesday, June the 28th, WNBA slate. Got two games on tonight, Atlanta and Washington, Dallas and Minnesota, 7 p.m. Eastern Time and 8 o'clock Eastern Time for the Dallas-Minnesota game. Quick recap of the plays that we talked about yesterday. Shea Petty, cash. Asia Wilson, cash. Katie Lou Samuelson did not do her thing, but the forwards did. Nneka Okwuemeke took her over fantasy score and par in a couple of places she hit. It was a decent night. Pretty good night. Katie Lou Samuelson was the only one that really didn't hit from the top plays that we talked about. Kelsey Mitchell cruised over her point score, so pretty good night. The model did well. I'm just going to be honest. Tonight is a night. We're going to walk through sort of the matchups, the target areas. I don't really like a lot tonight. I like a couple of players. I really like the slate for tomorrow a little more than tonight. You get the Aces and the Storm that face off tomorrow. So Brianna Stewart, Ezzie Magbegor, and then the entire Las Vegas Aces roster. But we'll talk about some of the directions and some of the places you should be going tonight if you do decide to place a couple of bets over on PrizePicks for the WNBA games on tonight. But let's dive right into it. Let's go. All right, let's take a look at the projected started lineups for this evening for Atlanta. There has been news that Erica Wheeler and Christy Wallace, will be back tonight. So Monique Billings, Cheyenne Parker, Ryan Howard, Ari McDonald. We'll see how that plays out. No injuries or nobody missing from the Mystic side of the court. So Elena Delle Donne is in, Clark is in, Atkins, Cloud, Sharika Austin. They've got their full lineup in. From the Dallas side, no Alicia Gray again. So stock up for Arike Ogunbowale. Hopefully Marina Mabrey bounces back. We took her a couple of days ago when she did not hit. She's been struggling from the field over the past couple of games. Tierra McCowan is in, so might be talking about her in a little bit. Izzy Harrison playing pretty decent. Sylvia Fowles back from her injury, and hopefully the minutes continue to ramp up for her. Mariah Jefferson, Kayla McBride, no significant outs on that side. So let's go over to the Sparry model and just look at some team data and where we want to attack some of these teams. So offensively, let's just look at the offensive rating. Where does Dallas? Dallas is fourth in the WNBA in offensive rating, so they can put up some points. Arike, she's gonna do her damn thing, right? Minnesota Lynx right there in the middle of the pack. And then you get the Atlanta Dream, not good offensively at all, in the Mystic sort of middle of the pack, but where Washington is very good is defensively. They are a really good defense. They're a solid defensive team, 96.1 defensive rating. Atlanta, pretty solid defensively as well. I know I kind of flipped the inverse. Let me move this off the screen. Sorry, y'all. Indiana Fever, not good. The Minnesota Lynx, not good defensively. And the Dallas Wings for tonight. Minnesota and Dallas, kind of minus matchups from the defensive department, and then, some plus matchups, or however you want to frame it, man. Good defensive teams, the Mystics and the Dreams. So let's keep that in mind as we kind of go through the data. Let's pull up the model, and I filtered it out by the players who have hit that 60% threshold. I always talk about wanting to take players with the 60% probability to go over based on what they've done over the last 5 and the projected prop. And you see we've got a lot of Mystics players, right? Natasha Cloud, Alicia Clark, Natasha Cloud, Ariel Atkins. The only other players that we have from other teams, Marina Mabrey over her fantasy score, I still don't know how I feel about that. Sylvia Fowles, I love the fantasy points, and I love the par for her tonight. Points, rebounds, and assists. Y'all know I call it par. But I'd probably play this in the first half. She's averaging 28.4 minutes per game over the last 5, but we know she's only really been back for 2 games from that injury, so just trying to figure out how they're going to use her, and I just don't want to play the full game with Sylvia. But let's go ahead and filter this thing so we can just take a look at everybody, right? Let's get this off of here. No, we don't want by condition. No conditions. Let's get that none. There we go. Let's look at the data. So, some players that I like. I like Elena Delle Donne. I'm just gonna let y'all know I like EDD versus Atlanta. I think she's going to be able to do whatever she wants. I mean, you're looking at this. Cheyenne Parker's not going to be able to do anything with her. Billings, Christy Wallace. I don't think anybody's going to be able to contain her. But we look at the model, and I know how this works, so I know why it's spitting out a low projection for her. Over her last two games, she takes time off and on, and she's in and out. She's had a couple of bad performances in there based on time in the minutes, but 15, 20, 19 over her last three, 25.8 minutes per game. The probability is low, does not meet the threshold, but Elena Delle Donne would be somebody that I feel really good going over that 16.5 point total. Arike Ogunbowale, again, no Alicia Gray. She is not in. And you see everything for Arike, low, low, low in the model. And it's because, again, I know what goes into there. These high point and prop totals at 23.5. I think it opened up at like 21, 22, got bumped up to 23. She's averaging 22.8 over her last five. She's the leading scorer in the WNBA. This number is high. But if you're, with Dallas attacking Minnesota, let's go over here and look at the opponent averages, right? So let's filter this out. Work through the data, look at guards, and you'll see Minnesota is right here at the top, second in the WNBA in giving up points per game to guards. They give up about 45.3 points per game to guards. I don't think they're good. Rebounds, they're a little better with the rebounds, and then the assists. There they go, giving up 15.1 assists to guards. So if you want to attack Minnesota, you attack Minnesota with guard play. You could get them with guards. And then I just want to pull up the center because McCowan is somebody who's been playing a lot better. There they go, 11.5 points per game to centers, which is towards the bottom. So they don't give up a ton of points to centers, but they do bleed points to guards. So if you're going to attack Minnesota, attack them with guard play. Arike Ogunbowale definitely in play, depending on how you feel about Marina Mabrey. I mean, the model likes her fantasy score. The model likes, over 22 fantasy score. I don't know. Her last 5 games, 20.8, 31.9, 32.2, 16.6, and 15.2. So, again, just giving you the data. If you want to attack Minnesota, attack them with guard play. Arike and Marina Mabrey would probably be, those are the options that you want to look at for the Dallas Wings side of it. And then Washington. Let's talk Washington. So Washington versus Atlanta. Atlanta, how many points do they give up per game? They're right there at the top, right? 43.8 points per game given up to guards. You want to attack Atlanta with guard play. I don't know. I think they're actually pretty decent versus forwards. Let's take a look at Atlanta. Points versus forwards. Yeah, they're pretty good versus forwards. They're giving up the fewest points in the WNBA to forwards. And what position does Elena Delle Donne play? Forward. And I do not care. She's that good. She's that good, and 16.5 points is not high for her. Again, if you take that bet, it's not the model play. The model isn't telling you to take EDD. It's just using sort of common sense, I want to say, and just rolling with the stars, right? Rolling with the studs. If she's in the lineup, she's probably going to score a lot of points. Kayla McBride versus Dallas. If you want to attack Dallas, you attack Dallas with guard play and or with forwards. So let's look at Dallas versus forwards. Here we go. I think it's already filtered. Yeah, they're giving up the third most points per game to forwards in the WNBA, and I think they're the only team in the WNBA to give up 18-plus rebounds per game to the forward position. Now, Jessica Shepard does not start. Sylvia Fowles, they've got her listed as a center, but she's playing that forward position. This is why I like her. I like Sylvia, and I like Jessica Shepard. Now, Shepard's coming off of the bench, and she's not, I think she's averaging about, where's Jessica Shepard at in the model? Here's Jess. And she's projected to go over a fantasy score, playing about 25 minutes per game. I'm rolling with Sylvia. Sylvia and EDD are the plays that I really like. I also like Natasha Cloud's points, rebounds, and assists. The issue with Cloud is she doesn't shoot a lot. Ariel Atkins is the one. If you're going to take something where you're more confident in the points, Ariel Atkins is who you want to take. She's getting up a ton of shots. Natasha Cloud, not really a scorer, but a great facilitator, right? So if you take the points, rebounds, and assists, got her projected for 23.3. She's averaging 23.8 over her last 5. And in those 5 games, 29, 17, 29, 14, 30, and she's playing 33 minutes, which is key. She's playing damn near the whole game, and she's going to continue to play damn near the whole game. I like Natasha Cloud's points, rebounds, and assists. I also like Ariel Atkins, right? Her par at 19.5, it's 20.7. She's getting about 30 minutes per game. She's cleared this number 3 of her last 5 as well. Probably going to stay away from Alicia Clark tonight. Not going to go back to that well too many times. She treated us well a couple of nights ago, and I appreciate her for that, but probably don't want to go back to that anytime soon. Sylvia Fowles, first half fantasy score or first half par should be well within reach. McCowan, the center from Dallas, the model loves everything for her. Over 9.5 points, over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and over 6.5 rebounds. I probably wouldn't touch the rebound prop, but still considering something with the points, rebounds, and assists, and the points. Sylvia Fowles, talked about her. Jessica Shepard, her fantasy score over the last 5 has been pretty good, right? It's set at 26.5. 24.2, 54.8, 32.1, 23.3, and 30.6. Coming off of the bench, that's the only thing. The minutes, right? The minutes coming off of the bench. 54% probability. There's nothing, Cheyenne Parker, I wanted to take an under on her fantasy score. It was like 28 this morning, and now it's down to 26, so not touching it. Ryan Howard tonight for Atlanta. It's just not a lot that I like, you guys. If you want to attack Atlanta, you attack, Elena Delle Donne and the guards, right? Ariel Atkins, Natasha Cloud. I know some people are on Sharika Austin. I've got her in the model. Where's she at? Points, we've got her projected to go a little below the points there. The points, rebounds, and assists a little bit. Like it's right there on line with the points, rebounds, and assists. If you want to do it, that's fine. I'm not touching it tonight. From the Atlanta side, not a ton that I have a lot of confidence in. I want to play some unders, under Cheyenne Parker, under Ryan Howard, but I don't know. With Wallace and Wheeler back. From the Dallas side, I know the number is high. 23.5 it's above her season average, but Arike Ogunbowale is going to have to get it done, and Minnesota bleeds points to guards, points and assists, so maybe a fantasy score play for Arike. Marina Mabrey, the model liked her. Trust the data, right? If you trust the data, take the over. Marina Mabrey's, what do we have her at? Her fantasy score of 22, projected for 24.3 tonight. Oh boy, it's just a rough night. I like tomorrow's slate a little bit better. Let's just look at tomorrow. Connecticut, Chicago, Indy, Phoenix, and Las Vegas versus Seattle. I just like this slate a lot more than what we're dealing with tonight. But that's the data. Those are the plays. Elena Delle Donne, Sylvia Fowles, Arike Ogunbowale, and Natasha Cloud are probably like the 4 players that I'm mildly interested in. Jessica Shepard, McCowan, Marina Mabrey, Ariel Atkins, maybe some other players you can roll out. So this is more of a data dump on you tonight. I don't charge you for this. I just ask that you support what we're doing. So hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you're playing below. And if I find anything that looks really good that I'm just like convicted, we're going to take it, then I'll drop it in the comments. And it is Taco Tuesday, so I know that PrizePicks put the Zach Wheeler strikeouts down to 5.5. I'm pairing that with Elena Delle Donne, and I'm pretty sure they're going to drop a taco for the WNBA later on this evening. So just pay attention to the positions that you want to attack these teams, right? Going after Dallas with forwards, going after Minnesota with guards, going after Atlanta with guards. And if you want to attack Washington, the guard play is probably what you want to do as well, but they're a little better defensive team. So we'll be paying attention to the taco, and we'll see if there's anything else we like. Hope you appreciated the data. Hope we're helping you win, man. It's been pretty good over here. So hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, like the content, and we'll be back with more WNBA plays tomorrow. I'm out of this thing. Peace. Good luck. Good night. If you tail, give them hell. If you fail, don't bail. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.